agreement. It's because I would really like not to have to go back to these three special products again. But if you forget, and I need to explain again, that's fine too. But hopefully we're going to put this behind us. So when I square something like this, what is this called? Anyone? Do we know how this is called? A plus B or A minus B? So that is a binomial. So a binomial consists of two terms, added or subtracted. So a binomial is two terms with addition or subtraction. So when you square a binomial, anyone remembers what we get?
You would get A plus B and A plus B, right?
Okay, so let's talk about that first. So A plus B squared is indeed A plus B times A plus B. Good. And now what?
A squared
A
plus
squared.
2AB plus B.
Correct. Very good. So let's show that. So this is AB plus now I multiply BA, which is also AB, and I multiply B by B. Indeed. So what I want you to remember is this 2AB. Because I have all the time in the middle of the semester, some student says, where is that the 2 coming from? Well, the 2 is coming from the fact that these two are like terms, and we add them, we get 2. So a binomial squared will always give us a trinomial. So a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So just you can write it as a binomial squared equals a trinomial. Trinomial means three terms. So please never say that a plus b squared is a squared plus b squared. That would be incorrect. So how do I really remember this special product? I cannot, it's very rare that I will get A and B as the terms, right? So in general, first term, FT, first term, plus second term squared. Can anyone give us the pattern now? What should I write? What is the pattern? What does it say?
Would it be first term squared?
Excellent. Plus?
Plus 2 times the quantity.
The first term
times second term.
Very good. Plus the second term squared. Awesome. And what happens if I have minus here? What will change?
The only change would be instead of plus 2 first term times second term.
Excellent. Who was that?
Nick.
Nick. Excellent. That's it. So you can fill it in. If you printed this out, fine. If you didn't print it out, so you can have these two in there. So now, what's the use of this? Speed, first of all. If I want 2x plus 3y squared, I don't have to FOIL them. Let's move away. This is calculus, right? Let's not FOIL anymore. So I have the first term squared. This is the first term, and when I square the first term, what do I get?
2x squared.
Good. Careful, we square the whole term. Okay, plus, now multiply these two first, and then multiply by 2. So let's multiply these two.
6.
Xy, and then multiply by 2.
6xy.
12xy.
12xy, very good. Plus, let's square the last term. What do we get?
9y cubed.
That's it. So see, you don't have to ever say, okay, where is that 2 coming from? Well, what's going on here? Because now I know first term squared plus twice the product of these two and plus the second term squared. Any questions? Anyone, please? Any questions? Okay, now, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, back to the a minus b squared. The final answer for that would just be a squared minus b squared, right?
Yeah, you mean the last one.
The second one.
It has to be identical. That's why I put it here minus and here minus. It has to be the same. A binomial squared will always be 3 terms.
Okay.
No matter what, plus or minus, it doesn't matter. It's a binomial. When I square it, I have to have 3 terms.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Everyone okay? Everyone understands that? Questions? Okay, so now let's look at the last one, the last special product. Very useful as well. A plus B times A minus B. Can anyone tell us the answer?
A squared minus B squared.
Indeed. This is the difference of squares. And obviously it's applicable only if both quantities are identical, AA, BB. So in general, I recommend, I'm just pushing that device mic further back. So I recommend, of course, that the same procedure, the same basic idea, not A and B, because you will not get A and B, right? So the first term plus the second term times the first term minus the second term, always should be remembered as, I didn't mean that, first term squared minus the second term squared. Okay, so let's look at, let's say, 5x minus 1 and, of course, 5x plus 1. Can anyone quickly give us the this product so we don't have to FOIL?
25x squared minus 1.
Very good. Okay. In the next, so that was the first handout that I wanted to go over, so I can put this behind us. You should always review this. And what I also tell all my students, I'm going to just switch the camera for 1 second, is always have a tiny notebook like this one with earmarks if you want, in which you write down, okay, I learned today how to differentiate such and whatever, differentiation rules, and write an example next to it, as condensed as possible, so you can have your most important information in one spot. Because by the end of the semester, you can imagine if you write with me, you're going to have 100 pages plus written, if not more. But you really want to condense all the important information in one tiny notebook that you flip and you know what it's in there and you review it all the time. So what I would put from here is the 3 special products. Basically, there are 2 because this is the same thing. I would put this with an example next to it, and I would put this with an example next to it. Okay, I'm switching back now. So always have everything condensed. At the end of the day, this is what I learned. At the end of Thursday, this is what I learned. Okay, moving on. And I think I'm on page 2 right now. Okay, so now from this, what would you like to go back to? A lot of these things are in the review. The review sections are the first few sections of the book, of the course. Prerequisites or review. Would you like to start with anything, or we go according to the book?
You can go according to the book.
Okay, then, if that's the case, okay, so you know where the book is. I will always invite you to